Hello.
Good morning. We're trying to get everybody in so we can get started.
Judge, I believe everyone's in.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Shamika. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Municipal Court for the City of Cuero. This is a continuing way of holding court in this, hopefully now on the backside of the pandemic. But for those of you from out of town, I think I can say this with some certainty. It's actually sort of turned into a convenience in that it doesn't require you to have to drive back to Cuero to handle this matter. So hopefully that is some benefit. Let me talk to you just quickly about how we're going to operate this morning. I know each of you are in your own locations, work, home, whatever, but please keep in mind we do have the same rules as if you were there in the courtroom with me live. What I will do is in a minute, we will take each of you individually, just like we do in the regular court, and I will inform you of the matter that you're in court for. I'll either read or explain it, and then I'll ask you if you understand it. Once you tell me you understand why you're in court, then I'll ask you to enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest. Those are the three pleas that are available under the law. That is the procedure that we'll use. If you enter a plea of not guilty, that means you are contesting the matter and you are going to require the next step of our procedure, which is called a pretrial. Now, a pretrial is a form of procedure that we use before you have your day in court, and it allows you to talk with the prosecutor about the facts of the case, and you have the opportunity to explain to him why you feel the charges are not merited, and he will tell you his side of the coin. If you can reach an agreement, then that is presented to me, and if I think it's reasonable, that will take care of the matter and you are done. If you can't reach an agreement, then you will come back to me and we'll talk about having your case tried in front of either myself or in front of a jury. And it looks like we're going to crank up jury trials this summer, so we're not going to have it postponed as we did for the past year. Now, if you folks have decided prior to coming in or this morning sitting there that you want to forego that by entering a plea of guilty or no contest, that means that once you enter that plea, I will set a fine within the range that is allowed by the law. I feel very strong when I say this. This is a people's court. What I mean by that is the majority of you, this is going to be the only contact you're going to have with our judicial system. With that said, I want you to feel comfortable and relaxed that you can talk with me once we have that plea entered about the circumstances of the matter or anything you might want to request. You have under certain conditions, you have an absolute right to have a DSC, which is a driver safety course. Under some circumstances, you may be qualified to have a deferral. You may want to talk to me about once we set a fine of having some time to pay your fine. These are all matters that I take into consideration, and I can assure you I'm going to listen to you and take that in the final disposition. So don't hesitate to ask. For those of you wanting to pay online, let me say this, and if you don't get all of it, don't hesitate to ask when you're up. Go ahead and Google the City of Cuero, and then when it comes up to departments, bring up the municipal court, type in either your citation number or your date of birth, and that should give you the information you need. If you have a problem getting that done, don't hesitate, again, to call us. We'll help walk you through it. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. James Allen, looks like you're going to be our first one this morning. Are you there, James?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic other than these allergies.
Well, I tell you what, I think that's a lot going on everywhere. Pretty good looking buck you got there in the wall.
Thank you, sir.
All right, what we have, or what I have, I'm looking at says on May the 1st in Cuero, alleged that you were speeding 42 and a 30, alleged of being 12 miles an hour. Is that your understanding of why you're in court?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I didn't realize why I got pulled over, but yes, sir. That's why I'm in court.
All right. To that charge, then you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. How do you want to plead?
Excuse me, guilty.
All right. It's 12 miles over. It's a $60 fine. That's going to be $194. Are you still up there in Leander?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. You want to go online and take care of that?
Yeah. Is pleading guilty, is that the same thing as asking you for a deferred?
No, it's not the same, but I mean, you can plead guilty, but then ask me for the deferred.
Oh, okay. So it'd be better to say no contest, right?
Oh, it's either one.
That's what I thought.
Let me just say this to you as well as everyone else out there. The no contest plea says you're not admitting or denying the charges. Most of the time where that really has significance, if there was some type of accident, some type of a vehicle accident or something somewhere or another that you came into my court, and if you pled guilty, then that admission could be used if you got sued in the civil court for damages. If you plead no contest, they can't use your plea here. So that really is applicable in those circumstances. So I'll go ahead and change it to no contest for you. And you're wanting to deferred, and tell me why.
Really, honestly, it was pouring down rain that day, and I had a car right next to me, and we were doing the same speed limit. I came down to 40 miles an hour. I honestly never, ever saw a 30-mile-an-hour sign at all, sir. Otherwise, I'd been going. I'm in a company car every day, so I'm required to really stick to the laws. If I would have saw, I would have been down at 30 miles an hour.
Well, I don't show. You say you were in a company car, but I don't show that you have a CDL.
It's just a company vehicle. It's basically.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, my question is this. The way the law is written, I can't give you deferred if you have a CDL, but I don't have anything that shows that.
I don't have a CDL.
All right, so this is what we do. In exchange for the deferred, which means if you have no other convictions during the time of probation, which is 6 months, you pay the fee, you pay the court costs, and at the end of that period of time, I dismiss the matter. That means it doesn't get sent to Austin, doesn't show on your record, and the insurance company doesn't know anything about it. Now, the exchange for that is that you pay a higher fee. You'll pay a $200 fee plus the court cost, so it's a total of $334. You have 6 months in which to pay that. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir. Please.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and grant that, Mr. Allen. We'll send you some paperwork to sign. And at the end of that period of time, at the end of the 6 months, you're in the paperwork we're sending you, you're going to be getting an affidavit. That's basically going to say that during the past 6 months, I have not had a conviction in any other jurisdiction. We think court's going to be back open, but even if it is, I'm going to let you go ahead and mail that to us instead of having to come down here. So over the next period of time, you make it easy on yourself as far as getting that amount paid. And then at the end of the period of time, get me that affidavit and you'll be done with us.
Yes, sir. And
right.
with that payment, when would I need to make that, sir?
Well, I'm just saying to you, you can make that. You'll have 6 months to do it if you want to take care of it. The next week or two or next month or so, that's fine. I leave that open because at the end of the period of time, I'm going to look to see if, first of all, if there hadn't been any other convictions, and then if the fee and the court costs are paid.
All right. Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
You bet. Take care. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
Cynthia Stolly. Is it Stelly or Stolly?
Cynthia Staley, Judge. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. How are
All
you?
right. Well, we think we're getting used to this Zoom thing. We hope so.
I understand.
All
I do it
right.
every day. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I just said we do lots of Zoom here at the office, and so, but I've never done this before, so.
Well, I do believe, aside from what I said when we got started this morning about it, I think it served as a convenience for you folks like you that are down in Victoria, even though it's not that far to drive. I do think, though, this is going to change the way we do business, and not just court. I think we're going to find a lot of our regular business world is going to be doing more and more of this, and that may be a good thing. I don't know. Anyway, let me. What I'm looking at is. It looks like speeding 51 in a 25. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, to that charge, you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. How do you want to plead?
I honestly, I didn't realize I was still in the school zone. I thought I was out, but your officer was so polite, very respectful. So I would think I'm guilty. I mean, all I can say is his machine said I was speeding, so I guess I was. So I guess I plead. It doesn't matter. No contest or guilty. I would like to ask for a deferral, if possible.
Okay. Tell me why. Because that 26 miles an hour, that does create some problems. You know, it knocks you out of taking the defensive driving because you're 25 and above.
I asked for that originally. I guess I would like the deferral because I don't have, my record is really pretty clean. And I was there, I'm back and forth to Cuero a lot, so I'm very aware of that. And I just was surprised when he pulled me over. I didn't realize I was still in the school zone. I dropped off some papers at Trust Texas for a board member, and I just didn't realize I was speeding in the school zone. That's all I can say.
Well,
deferral, nice.
It happens. It happens. You know, it's especially, I think, more so maybe in the past year, because sometimes school was in session, sometimes it wasn't. I know one of the other jurisdictions I serve in, we've got now the blinking lights on both sides of the sign. So I don't know if that's going to be helpful or not. Who knows? Anyway, I kept you waiting on whether or not I'm going to grant you deferred long enough.
Yeah, I guess it's up to you. If you can find it in your heart, I'd appreciate it. If not, we'll figure out what to do next.
It's $200 in cost. It's going to be a total of $359 because it's a school zone.
Yes, sir.
Court costs are $159 in the school zone. And that is not something that we create in the city of Cuero. That comes from our legislature.
All right.
And I won't even begin to tell you what the court cost was when I first became a judge. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. 6 months deferred. Same thing I told the other gentleman. We're going to send you some papers at the conclusion of that deferred. Sign that affidavit and make sure you've gotten that fee and court costs taken care of before then, and this matter will be dismissed.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it. And I would just like to say, I don't interact with your city, your court over there very often, but I would just like to say they were so gracious. I had to call 3 different times because I didn't get one of their text messages or emails. They were patient and they were kind, and you just have a great team over there. And I would have said that whatever you told me. They really were great.
Well,
Amanda?
I thank you on behalf of my court clerks. Court clerks and a judge, sometimes it's like being married. Behind every successful man, there's a good woman. And I'll tell you, when it comes to the Cuero Municipal Court, I have some of the best clerks. And I'll say this to you, they try to treat everybody the same. That's what we're here for. These aren't big violations that you're going to go to the penitentiary for. You aren't criminals. You're just citizens that wasn't paying attention that day. You know what I mean? So, but thank you very, very much for that compliment. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. You have a good day. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right. She must have dealt with Amanda that day, huh, Kamika?
Yes.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble. All right, let's talk with Valentin Perez about his no seatbelt.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Well, I'm looking here at this violation of no seatbelt. You understand why you're in court this morning?
Yes, sir.
All right. To that charge, guilty, not guilty, no contest. How you want to plead?
Guilty, but can I ask for a deferral?
All right. Let me talk to you a minute.
Yes, sir.
You can ask for it, and if you want it, I will grant it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll tell you this. Your fine is $50.
Mm-hmm.
It's a seatbelt. It's not going to affect your driving record, or it hasn't up until this date. So, you get out of there with $184 versus $334 on the deferral. But if that's what you want to do, I'll grant it.
So that won't show up on my record, the seatbelt?
It is not considered a moving violation. It's kind of like a parking violation. It should not affect your driving record.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's not gonna affect my driving record, then I guess I won't get the deferral then.
All right. You still over there in Myersville?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, how much time you need to send the city of Cuero $184?
Well, could I go to Cuero and pay it in cash, or
You can.
or do I mail it, or
Oh,
what's
don't mail
better?
cash. No. Don't mail. We can't take cash in the mail, or we can't take personal checks. If you want to get a cashier's check, certified check, you can send it that way. You can go online and pay it by credit card, or you can come to the window there at City Hall and take care of it.
Yeah, I'd rather just. Okay, so go to City Hall in Cuero, and I can pay
Yeah,
cash there.
it's off of Main Street.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
gonna be coming in
I'll
Myersville, so you'll be coming in. Well, let me see, trying to remember you. You'll get on Esplanade and go down to Main Street and follow it over to the City Hall, right across from the fire station.
All right, yeah. I'll just do that instead.
All right, good. Thank you a lot.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, how about Traylon Schlenke?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
All right. I'm looking at a alleged violation of the city ordinance for reckless driving. You understand that's why you're in court?
Yes, sir.
All right. To that charge, you can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. How do you want to plead?
No contest.
All right. You want to tell me a little bit about this before I set a fine?
I was coming home from Walmart and went to turn, and when I did, my tire on the left side is flat, or was flat, and the tire on the right side was bald, and it kind of just whipped the truck around. And at that time, it was perfect timing for one of your PD to be in the turning lane, and snapped on it real quick and got me.
They're not my PD. That's part of our judicial system where we have different branches of the government. So, just so you understand that.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna set a fine and court costs, be a total of $176. How much time you need to take care of that?
I could probably come in next week and the week after and do half and half.
All right, I'm gonna make a note here that you get it paid within 30 days. Is that gonna work for you?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's the deal. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk with Cody Taylor.
How you doing, sir? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you this morning?
I'm all right, thank you.
All right, I'm trying to make some notes here. Looking at this thing, it looks like school zone alleged 48 and a 25. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
All right, to that charge, guilty, not guilty, no contest.
No contest.
You'll accept that plea.
And I would like to request a deferral.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grant that. It'll be 6 months of deferred. In other words, 6 months of unofficial probation. You still get your mail out there on Industrial Boulevard?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. We'll go ahead and send you the documents for you to execute, and then they'll also have the affidavit in there, which I've talked to you earlier with some of the other folks this morning. And at the end of that period of time, no other convictions, get it signed, get it sent in, and you have your 6 months to get the $359 paid. You can pay it how you want to. You know your financial situation better than I do. I don't try to tell people when to pay it when we're looking at a 6-month probation.
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. One small note. I did move up to apartment 204 very recently. I've not had the chance to change that. So I'll be receiving mail there, but it's the same complex.
I made a note here for 204, and when you get a chance, suggest you get that reflected on your driver's license, because you do need to do that. And,
Yes, sir.
what people have been telling me is they are having a nightmare trying to get something done with DPS. So, you might want to start early.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, you have a good day.
Likewise.
All right, let's talk with Chad Jalufka. Chad, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Good morning. How are you doing?
All right, sir. How are you?
All right, I'm looking at, looks like on May the 1st, they wrote you up for 44 and a 30. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
All right, guilty, not guilty, no contest.
No contest. And I was going to ask for deferred.
I'm making some notes here on your worksheet, and I'll grant that. It'll be a total of 334, 6 months deferred.
Yes, sir.
You're still over off of County Road 327?
Yes, sir. Yoakum.
Well, if you want to go online and pay it that way.
I'll probably just bring a cashier's check to y'all.
Okay, all right, that's fine. At the end of the 6 months, get me that affidavit. And once I get that and check, make sure that everything is been paid, then I'll sign an order of dismissal.
All right. Sounds good. Do I need to stay on for the rest of court?
No, sir, you're done.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's visit with Richard Glosson. Richard, good morning. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at a alleged running a stop sign. Is that your understanding of why you're in court?
Yes, sir.
All right, to that charge, you can plead guilty, not guilty, no contest. How you want to plead this morning?
No contest. And can I get a deferral, please?
All right, Richard, what I'm doing here is I'm making some notes on your particular worksheet. Your quick request for 6 months deferred is going to be granted. I'm gonna set a fine, and the court costs, it's a total of $334. You need to get that paid over the next 6 months or as soon as you want to. At the end of that 6-month period of time, you'll have that affidavit to either send to us electronically, or if you want to stop by, you still live there off of East Newman?
Yes, sir.
All right. Either way, if you want to stop by Main Street and hand it to us, fine too. Any questions?
No, that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, let's visit with Roy Valenzuela from San Antonio.
Hear me?
Roy, you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't think I can see you.
I mean, I can see myself, so I figured it'd be.
Well, let's just work on it. It's saying here that your part is your your network bandwidth is low, so I'm not sure. We'll go ahead and if you don't have any objections, we'll go ahead and do it with just the audio. Is that okay with you, Roy? Yeah, I think we just lost every.
I think so.
Well, he's back.
Okay. Just
Roy, can you unmute yourself?
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you and I can see you. Okay, let's see if we can get this done for you this morning.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at a alleged speeding. There you go. You got the full picture now.
Yeah, I kind of moved out of the apartment. I'm kind of working right now, so.
Yeah, that boy, it makes a difference sometime, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm looking at a 41 and a 30. Is that your understanding? 11 miles over?
Yes, sir.
All right. How you want to plead on that? Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
Okay, do y'all have say I don't like to lie no more. I don't lie because I'm a recovery addict, right? So I have a nephew that kind of, knows, he works in the county clerk's office, right? So he just gave me some advice on if I can get that agency. Do you have an agency program?
We do not.
They don't. Okay. Then he told me to play no contest.
Okay. All right, it's a total of $189. Now, what we do with you and everybody else, if you're in a financial situation where you need a little bit of time to pay this out, we do that. So what I need to know from you is based upon this $189, how much time do you think you need to get it paid?
I'll probably maybe need maybe 3 months. Can you hear me?
All right, now the state requires that I add another fee on of $15. I did, sir. I'm gonna give you 90 days, but it'll be $204 because of this $15 fee that the state requires. This isn't something we create in Cuero. It comes from the state legislature.
Okay.
Only good thing I can say about it, if you'd gotten it before this legislature, it'd been $25. So you saved yourself $10. Anyway, you got 90 days to get it done. All right, have a good day. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, let's visit with Laura on a traffic control charge. Let's see what it is, a stop sign.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Laura. You there?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm looking at an alleged charge of a violation of a city ordinance for traffic control signal. They say you ran a stop sign. Is that your understanding why you're in court?
Yes.
All right, to that charge, you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. How do you plead?
I guess no contest.
Right. All right, with the court costs and the fine, it's a total of $151. What I'll tell you and what I've tell everyone, because it was written under a city ordinance violation, it should not affect your driving record. We have yet to have anybody come back and tell us that what I'm saying is incorrect, so hopefully you won't be the first. Any questions?
No questions other than how I got pulled over. Like they said I ran the stop sign at Sarah in Indianola. Are you familiar with where that's at?
No.
Okay, and then I didn't get pulled over until West Johnson, and that was pretty. I was
Well,
just curious of how far you can go and still pull someone over, because I was thinking about
well,
running it, and I can't really. I mean, I might have, but I really don't remember.
I'm not aware of any distance requirement. And I can tell you that in addition to being a judge, I'm also a prosecutor, and I have to be confronted with that. I know sometimes folks will say the same thing you're saying. What I have found over the years is sometimes because of traffic, different circumstances, that it takes maybe it takes a little longer than it should. That's really what you're saying, and I hear what you're saying. But again, if you would like to contest that, I'll give you. We'll take back your no contest plea and let you visit with Mr. Crane, the prosecutor, and he may listen to what you're saying, and maybe y'all work something different out. I don't know. That's the call is yours.
No, I have to get back to work, so I was just curious if you knew if there was a limit, because to me that just seemed kind of far.
No, I can't tell you that there legally is a limit as a practical matter. To me, if I'm there and I'm seeing someone run a stop sign, I think it'd be everyone's best interest to get that person pulled over as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
not in the patrol car, I'm on the bench.
But
I hear you. All right, how much time you need to get the 151 answers?
A week or two.
Yeah, let me just make a note here that I'll put it here that you get it paid within 30 days. Is that gonna work?
Sounds good to me. And you said 151?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You have a good one.
You too. Jamaica, do we have anybody else join us? I've got Mr. Hernandez left.
I have Mr. Hernandez, and then I can ask real quick this gentleman's first and last name.
All right.
Tony Hatcher or Anthony Hatcher.
Okay, it'll be just a moment. He just signed in his iPhone.
Mr. Hernandez, good morning. Mr. Hernandez, you have your assistant there with you this morning. We need her help.
I'm gonna try to send him a message and see if that helps.
We're not having luck, are we?
I don't think so.
Oh, like if you want to raise your hand.
Mr. Hernandez, I can see you. I just I can't hear you.
Judge, he's trying to get our attention. I guess they're having trouble.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, you work on that. Let me visit with Mr. Hatcher.
Okay.
Anthony, you there?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, doing good.
I'm looking at displayed expired license plates. Is that your understanding of why you're in court?
I didn't think it was license plates. I thought it was my inspection sticker.
Well, what I've got, well, you know, it's really, they've been turned into being one the same. In other words, you go get it inspected, and then you go to the, you know, to the tax office and get your plates and stuff. So anyway, what I'm seeing is the sticker that was on your windshield showed to be 9/20/20, and we're in 5/21. So you understand why you're in court?
Oh, absolutely. I drive that truck maybe once a month, man, and I just didn't think about it. So just missed it.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's do the stages like we're required to do. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, how do you want to plead to that charge? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
All right. Now, since then, that was April the 30th. Well, it wasn't that long ago. You got a new inspection and a new sticker?
I went up to get it done, and I've got a light out. So I got the light yesterday. I'm going to fix it today, and I'm getting it fixed. And then I'll go back and get it re-inspected. They failed me when I went in because of a tail light.
Get that done. And how long do you think it's going to take you to do that?
I should be able to have it done by tomorrow.
All right. Well, you get it done, and make a copy of your new sticker and send that and $20, and the matter will be done with. We won't, the law allows for you to what we call compliance. You're well within, I have the discretion, even though you're out a ways, I have a discretion to grant that, and I'm not going to assess any court costs or a fine. It's just $20 fee, and the matter goes away. Any questions?
No, sir. I'll get it done. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right.
All right. How about Mr. Hernandez? Did we connect yet?
I think we got something a little better this time.
All right. Shows he's still muted.
And I think it should, because a second ago, I didn't even have I didn't even have a button for us to ask him to unmute. So this time it might work.
Okay. There we go. Let's see.
Can you hear us, Judge?
I can hear you.
Okay.
We got y'all.
All right.
Elijah, you ought to be awful glad you got that lady there next to you.
Yes, yes, sir.
Well, good. All right, now, let me tell you what I'm looking at. I understand since the last time you got one fine taken care of and you made another payment on the 7th. Looks like you're trying to get this matter done.
Yes, sir. I got to come up with $119 by in the morning. I got to have a procedure done at the Cuero Hospital. And I don't know if I can come up with 119 by in the morning.
That's for the hospital?
Yes, sir. For a colonoscopy.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm satisfied that you're working on this. Don't stop.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at it on June the 9th. And really, if y'all get your medical problems taken care of, and hopefully by then you can get this matter resolved and you and I will be done. You got
Okay.
116.10 owing on one, and then you still got the one of 296. So that's, that's 300 and something dollars. But see, I'm satisfied that you're working with it. You're not ignoring it, and I'm pleased with that. So thank you.
All right. Thank you. And have a great day.
You too. Goodbye.
Bye.
Shamika, I do not see anyone else in the courtroom.
I think we're done.
Good. Let's go off the live.
Okay. Let's